become part of it, and they also realize that he's learning this at school, and the schools matter, right?
Okay.
School's responsibility is to provide a positive environment, and that the teacher's responsibility is to provide care, attention and love, because this is what will keep in their mind forever. This is going to make up their personality. Whatever is being done in that 5 hours is going to remain in the child's mind, and it will make up the personality, because this is what the researchers have found, that by the age of 7 years, whatever is put in the child's mind remains forever and is going to be there when the child has grown up and will be in the practical life. And also one more thing, that is, the teacher should be providing a motivation for the children, and there should be for the teachers also motivation by the administration, so that they can be happy in the school.
Oh, thank you very much.
So that the disposition should be.
Here, go ahead.
So that the disposition of the teachers should be appropriate. And
Yeah, I think I've always thought that the most important disposition that a teacher should model is curiosity. So, are you guys ready now? You're ready over here. Write something down.
Hello. Yes, earlier the schools, they do matter, because initially what we work on is their social and emotional development. Like at home, a child would never ever share his or her toy with a cousin. Whereas when they come to school, we teach them all these things, and they learn to be independent with discipline. You know, when parents, they come and see their children following the teachers like Pied Piper, they are astonished, and they see that how do you people make them follow in such a disciplined manner, because we cannot handle a single child, whereas an earlier teacher, she handles children of 3 plus and 25 altogether, so they are really astonished, and this is what they cannot get at home, obviously.
So discipline is a key role, and I saw you writing that down too.
yeah, I was at the first day.
Did you want to share?
Yeah, we were just thinking about discipline, how school plays a role in learning, teaching the students how to share, manners. Let's talking about a really small issue here, like tying their shoelaces. That's usually a very big issue with teachers, with parents, that the children just don't understand. But when they go to school, they tend to do it very properly. How to put their buttons on. So I guess manners, discipline, school teaches that along with academic stuff.
Okay.
Sorry.
You want to, yeah, go ahead.
I'm just going to add one tiny thing. The way I look at this question is, why should it matter for a child to go to school? Okay, they're going to school to learn, to have fun. Okay, that's going to be their motivational level, right? They should enjoy it. They're going to enjoy it. We have to provide them with love, care, exactly what you said.
And they should have proper infrastructure, especially the furniture that we are using, the way we have set up the classes. It should be what they can enjoy and learn from that, because they are observing these things and they are going to learn from that. They are not going to learn from what we are speaking,
No,
but what we are doing.
It's about how we're showing
How
it.
we show up. The teachers are the role models. They are there, how active they are, the children are going to be at.
And throwing it a bit, it plays a very vital role in the development of a child. And like how to be empathetic towards empathy. Empathy is the key word, which a child picks from early years teaching. So all these things matter, and they all come in under the big umbrella of the hidden curriculum.
Yeah.
It should be a happy environment.
Yes,
It should be happy.
We have to feed the pig, we have to
Absolutely.
feed the rabbit,
Expecting the
and
children to
the
be
birds are
disciplined,
there,
and
it's
they are
so
not,
it's
and they are not following.
Yeah.
There's so many things, and it
And
all
it's-
is
it's,
in a fun and very it is, I should say, unconscious learning, effortless learning.
Well, and there's also that relationships. I know when my youngest son Mick started school, he cried every day. We'd been all the way to school, he would cry, and then finally, about 1 month into his school year, his teacher brought in a spider in a jar. And that's all it took, And then every day Mick would go to school, and he was the guy that got to feed, put an ant in with a spider and watch that spider. It was a wolf spider, a pretty big one, and he got to watch, the spider eat an insect. So stop crying. All it takes is a spider. Let's go to this one. We just did this one? Not really. What is the role of the teacher? We've got about 10 minutes to go. We're going to talk about teachers and then administrators. So, what is the role of the teacher?
Divided into two main broader headings, like the pastoral role and the academic role. Academically, the teacher makes the lesson plan, conducts the lesson, have a parent-teacher meeting, and of course conducts the lesson, evaluates, assess a student. But the pastoral role, it's like, training the children for good, like, taking care of their belongings, teaching them empathy, developing their social and emotional skills.
The hidden
so,
curriculum, right?
there are two roles, and a good teacher has to balance both these roles to be successful as a teacher.
Okay. Let's see a hand over here.
Right. We've gone big. Okay, one statement.
She needs a microphone. Where did I put it?
We've gone for to provide the way or the tools or the skills for the children to grow and develop with a view to existing in the world.
I like that. That's very good. Okay.
Simply at this level, the teachers should be encouraging, loving, caring, helping, active, alert, facilitators, smart, and well-dressed. That's very important.
Well-dressed.
Because I had a child in my class, I wore the same sandal for 3 days, and he came to me.
The same what for 3 days?
Same sandal for 3 days. Shoes.
Sandals for 3 days. Okay, I didn't
He
catch
came to
it.
me and said, "Ma'am, you don't have any other shoes." I was wearing the same one. So from that on, I didn't wear that. So they are looking at the teachers and they say, "Ma'am, you had a haircut. You have different types of earrings today." They are looking at the teachers. So teachers should be well dressed and smart, because at this level, the children, they do look, and even the parents come and tell us that our children were saying that ma'am is wearing this type of suit. Why don't you wear this type of suit also? And why don't you have this type of dupatta? They keep on telling us, and the parents are coming that they are idolizing you and they are looking at you and they are changing the mothers.
Yeah,
They keep on saying that.
sometimes it's terrifying the degree to which they idolize their teachers. It terrifies me because
Like before coming to the conference, I was just going through through an article, and it was mentioned that while hiring earlier teachers, competencies should not be taken into consideration. What matters in an early years teacher is her personality. Exactly. So that is what matters. Because at times, and one very important thing she said, that they should also be very, very alert, because at times if you're a good teacher, you can, even by looking in their eyes, you get to know that what the child wants, because they are not very expressive all the time. At times they are so helpless that they even do in their pants, and the teachers are not alert and they're not able to make out whether there is some problem with the child or not. So they should be very alert and they should be facilitating in all senses. It's not only education, it's about taking care of them, because we are their second mamas. And like we tell them when
And
they,
fathers. I want to say just one thing, because I have the microphone. I wanted to say another thing that we need to be really careful about is when we're modeling is the way we handle frustrations and disappointments. And I found a picture on my phone. I took this and I emailed this to my wife when I was working, and I said, "This is when I wish that I could swear at work, say bad words." I'll pass that around while you're talking.
No, I just wanted to say that a teacher should always feel good, look good, smell good because that would have a ripple effect on the children. Smell good. Sorry, I missed it.
Not just smell good.
You can
I
pass
think
this.
what it is too also. We all have frustrations. We all deal with frustrations.
But they should be left at home.
Leave it at home.
And that's what, but at least okay, we actually baggage at home.
Absolutely.
But then at least the children bring the frustrations and the problems to class.
Exactly.
Because then as teachers disturbance at home, it can be felt in the classroom.
But as teachers, then we should be good listeners as well. We should listen to them as well. So that in this way we are just grooming their confidence. We are giving them importance to what they are saying, and we should be good listeners as well. Normally, what happens, we just snub them. Okay, so you just keep quiet. So in this way we are just doing a damage to that child's personality as well.
So the time they can't talk to their parents or someone at home, so they need someone to share their problems.
Exactly.
There's small problems about not talking or somebody had a fight or something.
Exactly, yeah. It's
So they need
professionalism.
someone that's...
I mean, when a shelf breaks at home, you want to say something. I mean, you can't. No, you say, oh, well, look at that. That's what I'll be doing during recess today.
Laugh about it.
You take a picture and you say, it's okay. It's okay. It's only a stack of books. We can fix that.
Why not just put it forward and
Yeah. Well, I did. And this was the second day, so I finally thought I had to go a good. I had to nail the wood in there because I wasn't going to live with that all year. Okay, we're almost out of time here. Yeah, let's just. Why don't we just, instead of answering slides, just go ahead and continue our discussion.
It's a tracking.
It's for him though. He wants to capture it all.
I feel that children are best supported when a teacher determines the emerging skills and work on expanding those skills. That's the true role of a teacher, I feel.
Yeah. Okay. Any other closing comments?
May I add to
Yes, absolutely.
A few years back, if I closed my eyes and imagined the word teacher, I would imagine a very smiley person sitting with a few children at a table and doing some work. Now that I close my eyes, I can imagine a juggler, a circus juggler, with that bell cap and juggling a lot of things together. So we have to do so many things together. That is the picture that comes to my mind at times.
I think it's very rewarding. The smile.
It is. That's why we are all in the work. Because still in. We are in here.
Work is joy, right?
Yes.
So we have decided on, as she said, we have decided on that a teacher is a juggler who make a child stand successfully in the world. That's it. Successfully in the world, successful in the world the way you think, either in this way or that way, but how to exist in the world successfully and confidently. She can make and break the personality of a child.
She wanted to say something over there? No? Somebody else?
I just want to say the teacher should not just be the teacher but a learner also when she enters the class. Because she can learn a lot of things from the child.
Because there were some of the faces which were with me yesterday also. But there was a quote which I wrote down. There was a quote, when you learn, teach, and when you teach, give.
Alright. Smile back there. Listen, thank you very much. You couldn't have wrapped it up better for me because I've learned so much. And I think one of the things I've learned more than anything else coming here, and I had no idea 4 months ago that I would be here today. But when AFSA emailed me and said, invited me to come to Pakistan, I thought, first of all, I thought they had the wrong Tom White because I didn't know. Okay, I teach 3rd grade for a living. I have no idea why, but I came anyways. And so, but for me, it's been a chance to share a little bit, of what I've learned, but mostly to learn. And the more I've learned about Beacon House and about the education system in Pakistan, the more I've learned that it's the same everywhere. There's this balance between student-centered learning and some kind of structure that has to come. So it's all about juggling those two. So anyways, thank you very much. I appreciate it.